Joining me today is Jeff Barrette, who's a county commissioner on Sullivan County. So Jeff, I want to talk about budgets for a little bit and politics that may go along with those. And I want to talk about sort of the budget from two perspectives. What's happening in the county, which I know you know a lot about, and then what you think the state of New Hampshire might do that could help or conversely harm the county. That's sort of what I'd like to talk about, and I'll let you pick up on either one of those themes.
Sure. So we can talk about the budget process as it relates, and essentially we all form our own. All the department heads form their budget. It goes to the county manager, who kind of vets that with the department heads, and then it gets presented to us, and we essentially go line by line through our budget and make our adjustments. We then send that completed commissioner's budget. We present it to the Executive Finance Committee of the delegation.
And yeah, so tell me a little bit about the delegation.
I was going to go there because
Okay.
you need to. The delegation is comprised of our 13 elected House of Representatives. So throughout the county, all of those, that elected body is considered to be the county delegation. The county delegation is ultimately responsible for the passing of the county budget.
So if they say no,
it
goes back and...
No, they actually have the ability to change line items themselves.
Okay.
So they can amend that budget and then pass it. Or it's happened in the past, it's been a number of years, but if they don't pass it beyond, I believe it's August 31st, the commissioner's budget automatically takes effect, which is 2 months into our fiscal year. So it's not good to get there. But July, it can happen.
So July and August are really tough months?
Well, July, so there's...
When they don't pass it?
They have to have a continuing resolution so that county government can operate.
So the jail's there, the sheriff's there, I mean, things have to be done.
Things have to be done. We have 140 residents in our nursing home that need to have care, so...
Do you get a vote on that?
Pardon me?
Do you get a vote with the delegation?
We do not.
So you really get a pass, but then you just have to... Do you work with them?
We do. So it goes to the Executive Finance Committee, which is a group of 5. And they really go through the budget on a pretty strict basis. And normally what they recommend is what moves forward. Over the past, I would say 3, 4, 5 years, the commissioner's budget and the budget that the delegation passes are almost identical. And there's maybe 1 or 2 changes. And normally those 1 or 2 changes are because the state changed something after we were done with our budget. Because many times we don't have, when the commissioners give their budget to the Executive Finance Committee.
You don't have full information as to what the state's going to do?
Yeah, it's about April 30th, and sometimes the state retirement rates haven't been set. There's the state has a Health and Human Services. We have a Health and Human Services budget that is, we make payments to the state, which in turn comes back to us as Medicaid payments.
Okay.
So it's really circular.
And is it one for one?
Yeah, no.
No? Is it 1 for 2 or is it 1 for 0.8?
It's actually really, really, really complicated.
Okay. A whole show on just the math of this.
You could easily have a show. We'd need a whiteboard and it's crazy. And I'm not sure that I could even take you through the whole thing because some of it's federal reimbursement, some of it's what we pay in, and there's 2 sides to the Medicaid issue. So there's the youth side, which the state picks up the whole tab for, and in turn, the counties pick up like 82 or 83% of the elderly side, and we've been operating under a cap for years that the state, it was kind of a gentleman's agreement. The state could take that away at any time. It's very convoluted.
We got about 30 seconds left, and I know we're not going to be able to sort that out. If there's one thing you'd like to see from Concord this year, what would it be? As they work on the next biennium.
I would like to see the state ensure that we are not leaving any federal dollars on the table. on an ongoing basis, the way that our Medicaid and Medicare is funded at the state level, they use a factor that they call budget neutrality, which takes away some of that money. And if some of that was to be replaced, we would actually have a better federal reimbursement, which would mean that there's more money flowing into this state instead of going somewhere else.
And I sense we could do a whole show on that, because it's got to be as complicated as the last
It
topic.
is.
But right now we're out of time.